Hi, very good evening students. My name is Bhavana and our subject is Business Economics. This is for BBA students for first year in first semester. Actually, in this previous lecture, we discussed different types of production functions. In short run, the law of variable proportions, and in the long run, Isocons curve and law of return to scale. In this previous lecture, we discussed what is the law of variable proportions and what are Isocons curve. In law of variable proportions, only one inputs are variable. In Isocons, two inputs are variable. But in law of returns to scale, all inputs are variable. What is the law of variable proportions? In law of variable proportions, while we are taking all inputs are fixed except one input is variable, for that variable we consider the law of variable proportions. In this law of variable proportions, we find the relationship between the inputs and outputs, and also we saw the what is the relationship between the total product, marginal product, and average product, and we also discussed the with graph and table. When compared to the isocons, in these isocons we are taking two variables. These two variables are we are taking two inputs. The two inputs are variables. What are these? Labor and capital. There is inversely proportionate to each other. If there is an increase in one labor, automatically the other will decreases. So it is inversely relationship. Today now our concept is law of returns to scale. In law of returns to scale, all units are variable. Let's see here. In the long run, all factor inputs in the production function can be changed. In the long run, Isocons curve and law of returns to scale, these two applicable in long run only. In long run, all input factors, while we are taking every input factor is variable. The behavior of output consequent. What is the behavior of output? The change in quantities of all factors in same proportion is known as returns to scale. Again, see here. In long run, all factor inputs in the production function can be changed. In production function, all input factors are changed. Due to in long run, there is no fixed factor, because in long run means we consider 5 years, up to 5 years everything will be changed. Even in buildings or factory rent also changes. So we can say in long run all inputs are variables. There is no fixed input. The behavior of output consequent. The changes in quantities of all in factors. Suppose if there is an increase in input, there is a same quantity increase in output. So that defines which quantity we are increasing. Suppose if input is increasing 10 units, then output is also increasing some quantity. For that, they show the relationship between the inputs and output increases. So we can say it is a law of return to scale. It shows the proportionate increase of inputs, what proportionate increases in outputs. Return to scale may be increase, constant and decrease. Returns of scale not may be only while we are saying there is equal. So 10% increase in inputs, so the output also 10% increases. Not like that. It may be an increasing, it may be a decreasing, or it may be a constant. Decreasing means while inputs are increasing to 10%, the suppose output increases but less than the 10%, we can say there is a decreasing returns. So what is the law of returns? Law of returns explains the proportionate of increase in inputs is how much proportionate increasing of output. Suppose example we are taking, I am increasing my inputs for 10 units. So already there are 100 units are there. Now I am increasing 10 units. So at present there are 110 units. In the past for 100 units the output is for 100 units. But by increasing in the 10 units the output is also increases 10 units. So we can say it is a constant returns, means how much increases the output also increases the same. Suppose if the output increases more than our input, we can say increasing returns. Suppose our output increases less than our increasing returns, we can say it is an diminishing returns to scale. There are three types of returns. What are the? Increasing returns, diminishing returns and constant returns. Let's see here each and everything. First, what is law of proportion? In the long run, all factor inputs in the production function. In long run, in production function, all factors of inputs are variable. functions can be changed. Means all factors of inputs are changed. The behavior of output consequent the changes in quantities of all factors in same proportion. In which proportion? In same proportion is known as returns to scale. We can say it is known as returns to scale. Suppose they are increasing, we can say there is a returns to scale. Next, returns to scale may be an increases, constant or decreases. Returns to scale means how much proportion it increases while increasing in output. We can say it may be an increases, it may be a constant, or it may be a decreases. Increases returns to scale. This law states that volume of output keeps on increasing. Suppose the output increasing with every increase in the input. While increasing the input, the outputs are keeps on increasing. Where a given increase in input leads to more than proportionate increase in the output. Suppose our inputs are increased 10%, but the output is increased 20%. So we can say there is an increasing returns to scale. The law of increasing return to scale is said to operate. We can introduce the division of labor and other technological means. Why it has been increased? We are increasing only 10% of inputs, but we are gaining 20% because of introducing new technology or new labor to increase in production. Hence total production increases at increasing rate. For this introduction of new technology and new labors, there is output increases more than the inputs. So we can say there is a large production has been occurred. So we can say it is an increased returns to scale. Let's see here. This law states that volume of output keeps on increasing. The volume of output increasing because with every increase in output, here inputs increases, that's why the output increases, but output increases more than the inputs. What is the reason? Because of introduction of latest technology and employ and appointment new workers. Where a given increase in input leads to more than proportionate increase in output. We are giving some inputs, but the output is increasing more than what we are giving. The law increase, so we can say the law of increase return to scale is said to operate. When it operates, we introduce division of labor. We are introducing new people and other technological means. We are introducing new technical persons to increase the production. Hence, the total product increases at increasing rate. What is an increasing return? Suppose our inputs are increased by 10%, but our output is again increased to 20%. What is the reason? Because of we are giving inputs, technological factors and other factors. That's why our production is gone on increasing. For this, we can say in law of returns, we can say there is an increased returns to scale. Law of constant returns. How in where we can say law of constant returns? Constant returns to scale occurs when the proportionate increase in total output is equal to the proportionate increase in the quantity of input factor. Suppose our inputs are increased from 5%, so the output is increased only 5%. So we can say there is an equal. Input how much increases is equal to the output. We can say there is a constant returns to the scale. The constant return to scale emerges when economies of scale are counterbalanced. Means the inputs and outputs are balanced. We increasing the 5 units, the output is also increases for 5 units. We can say there is a constant returns to scale. Constant return to scale occurs when proportionate increases in total output. What proportionate increase in output is equal to the proportionate increase in the quantities of input factor. How much we are inputs we are providing, that equal to output we are receiving. So we can say there is a balance of inputs and outputs. So we can say there is a concept of constant returns to scale. The constant returns to scale emerge when economies are counterbalanced. Counterbalance is nothing but equal. So here the inputs is equal to outputs. So we can say there is a constant returns to scale. Next, diminishing returns to scale. When the proportionate increase in inputs does not lead to equivalent increase in output, output increases but at a decreasing rate. Means suppose we are giving 10% of inputs, but the output is increasing 5% only. The output increases but at a decreasing level when compared to the inputs. So we can say there is a diminishing returns to scale. When the proportionate increases in input, there is a proportionate increases in input. Proportionate means changes, does not lead to equivalent increase in output, increases at does not lead to equivalent increases, but in output increases at a decreasing rate. Output increases but at a decreasing rate. Suppose we are increasing 10% of outputs, but the output is increased at 5% only, so we can say output increases at a decreasing rate. In first case, output increases at an increasing rate. Here the output increases at constant rate, but diminishing returns it increases, output increases at a decreasing rate. Diminishing returns to scale emerge when economies of scale are less than diseconomies of scale. Means economies of scale are less than economies, means expansion is less than our diseconomies of scale. Means here the outputs, our inputs are giving 10%, but the output already they are 100 units. Our inputs we are increased to 110 units, but our output is given 5 units. So total output is 105, but inputs is 110. For this we can say there is a diminishing returns to scale. I want to explain with an example of all the three. Let's see here. Increases in quantity of input factor. While I am increasing the quantity of input factor, and increases in output. Output how much increases, and returns to scale. It is increasing constant or decreases. Let's see here. Let's see here. I am increasing the input factor here 10%, but I am gaining the output for 20%. Increasing input 10%, but I am receiving output 20% increases. So we can say there is an increasing returns, because 10 is more than 20. Sorry, 20 is more than 10. So here there is an increases. In next case, I am increasing my inputs 10%, but increasing output is also 10%. So here the same, you can say there is a constant. 10% and here 10%, there is a constant. But increase in quantity of input factors, in third case 10%, but increases total output. Total output increases but at decreasing rate, at 5% only. So we can say it is a decreases. It is a decreasing. Here in first case increasing, in second case constant, in third case decreases. I want to explain with a diagram also. You want to draw an exam, you can get a very good marks. Let's see here. This is an x-axis. It is an y-axis. In x-axis I am taking all factor inputs. What are input factors I am taking here? Here the marginal production. So constant means like that. It is an increasing returns. It is an increasing like that. It is an decreasing like that. So we can draw diagram like this. It is an increasing returns to scale. It is an constant returns to scale. It is an diminishing returns to scale. So here in x-axis we mention all factor inputs I am mentioned here, and here I am showing the marginal productivity. In y-axis I am showing the marginal productivity. I have to put origin also, and it is first it is an increase in returns to scale. You can say it is in constant, it is increasing like that, and it is in constant, and it is diminishing returns to scale. I hope you understand what is law of return to scale. Law of return to scale explains the how much proportionate of increase in outputs, how much we are achieving for increasing our outputs. So there are three types. What are increasing returns, decreasing returns, and constant returns? What is an increasing returns? For example, if input is increased by 10%, then your output we are receiving 20%. So more than the input. So we can say it is an increasing returns to scale. In which case we can say it is a constant return to scale when inputs are increased at 10%, but the output are also increased at the same 10%. We can say it is a constant return to scale. While if inputs are increased at 10%, but here the outputs are increased only up to 5%, so we can say it is a decreasing return to scale. Why you can say it is a decreasing return to scale? Inputs are increased from 10%, but outputs are also increases, but 5% increases at decreasing rate. Don't get confused. In first case increases at increasing rate, in second case increases at constant, third case increases at decreasing rate. I hope you understand. In first case increases, output increases at an increasing rate. In second case output increases at constant rate. In third case output increases at decreasing rate. So in exam they ask like that, in which stage the inputs are increases at decreasing rate. So don't get confused. In diminishing returns to scale, in this case only the inputs increases at a decreasing rate. I hope you understand this lecture. If you have any doubt, please let me know, guys. I definitely reply. Thank you so much. Have a nice day. Study hard.